Alrighty, for those of you that aren't here, we have already started and now we're recording. So today we've got Celine, we've got Sherry, and Julie and Tina have teamed up and are cooking together. First thing we're gonna do is we've already pierced our spaghetti squash. We're gonna stick our spaghetti squash. Now I have a huge one. If you've got smaller ones, we need 4 cups. You might need 2, but this guy's huge. Put it in the microwave. I'm gonna put it in for probably 12 minutes. And while I'm over there, I'm gonna put my oven preheated onto 425, please. I'll be right back.
There are 4 cups, so you might not need both.
The microwave is getting the better of me. I don't know how to put it on 12 minutes. I'll crack myself up. So it's going to be on 6, so hopefully I'll remember to go put it in for another 6 because I think that's what it's going to take. So the first thing that we're going to do is the pork chops. So let's get a pan out. We're going to sear those little puppies because the first thing we do, oh, sorry, it says preheat oven to 450, not 425. That's Sharon. Did everyone correct my error and put it on 450?
I just put it.
All right.
The 450 will explode.
Your what's exploding?
I think if you put a glass dish in the oven at that temperature, it's not good.
Oh. Well, I gotta tell you, I think mine's gonna take, I don't know if you can see this, my pork chops are very, very thin because my oven seems to take longer. So I'm making skinny pork chops. You know, sometimes you buy the pork chops and they're this thick. How thick are your guys's?
Thick.
Thick? So I'm guessing yours might have to be in a little longer, Sherry.
Yeah, and that's fine.
All right, so first we're gonna season our little pork choppers with, where are we? Thyme, salt, and pepper. We need a teaspoon of thyme. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. Let's see here. Oh goody, my thyme is actually open. Yippee. So I think I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna stick it on here. I guess I should mix it, huh? It said mix the seasonings together. So I'm gonna mix in a little bowl. I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm gonna follow directions. I know that's really unlike me, but it just. I'm a rebel. Okay, so we're mixing our thyme, our pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to use less salt. We don't like a lot of salt in our family. So a couple of grains of sea salt is going to do it for us. And then let's heat our pans up while we're doing this. Maybe with a little olive oil or spray. I've got spray olive oil today. And then I'm going to turn my pan on. I'm going to put mine on medium and see what happens. And then I'm going to season my little chops. Oh, this is plenty. Rubbing it in. We're probably supposed to wait until it heats up, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stick it in there.
So we're just rubbing them.
How many are you guys making? Are you making for 2 people or 4? You got my memo that said, hey, do what's best for you, right?
Did you put olive oil on before you rubbed it?
I did not.
Okay.
I'm just sticking it on there and I'm rubbing it in. And then I did put olive oil spray on the bottom of the pan because we just want to brown it apparently. Again, this is my very first time with this recipe too. Never made this. We're going to see what it's like. So Sherry, that's good. You guys have glass baking sheets or casserole dishes? What do you have?
Pan.
Glass.
So Sherry, you might want to, I've got glass too. I don't know what'll happen in the oven. I didn't think about that. I guess we're gonna find out. Or quite frankly, I'm probably gonna turn mine down and just cook it a little bit longer. And the reason being is because we've got 350 and 375 for the other dishes. All right. Okay, we got a little message from Faith. Let's see what's going on with Faith. Meeting ID number. Okay. 858-349-4452. All right. Now, at the same time as we're doing this, let's go ahead and ground our turkey for the lasagna. So it said 6 ounces of turkey. I'm just going to do all of mine and have it done, and then I can stick it into other dishes or Ocean's food or whatever I want to do. But I'm going to start that going right now as well. Why not do 2 things at once? Because we can. So this is just a browning of the pork chops. So that's not going to be a long thing.
We're just browning them.
Oh, it's actually working. I think mine are so thin, I might actually cook them all the way. I'm flipping my first one over because it's already browned. Somebody has some music on. I like it. Excuse me.
She said brown it or ground it?
Excuse me.
Oh, did you say we're browning our turkey?
Yeah, we're cooking our turkey. No, we're cooking our turkey fully.
Oh, we are.
Oh, okay, now let me make this clear though. This is the seasoned turkey, the 6 ounces for the spaghetti squash. That's the one that we're, not the turkey that's not seasoned. That goes for the other dish. That goes for Sherry's meatloaf.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, I said, let's be clear on the turkey. It's the seasoned ground turkey that we're browning right now. The 6 ounces for the spaghetti dish. So it's not the plain turkey that is Sherry's turkey meatloaf. That's why I said your name. Got it? Yeah. I don't know where Faith is. She left me a message, I think. But, hey, we're in the middle of a class here. So my chops are already brown. How about yours?
No.
Yes or no?
Not me. I haven't had an electric, so it takes a while.
What's gonna take a while?
You can put it on high and wait to get it hot.
So here's what mine look like browned. Got a binda, browned pork chop. So I'm gonna put these aside because that's what it says to do. Hi, Faith. Do I see you? I see you, Faith. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you if you're talking.
Hi, I'm here.
There you are. Hello. We've just ground our pork chops.
Okay, well, I'll catch up.
All righty. We browned our pork chops and we did put our spaghetti squash. We pierced it and we stuck it in the microwave. Oh, I gotta put mine back in for another few minutes because thank you for coming in because my spaghetti squash was nowhere near done.
Okay.
Okay, so after we brown our pork chops, it says, and we put the seasonings on, Faith.
Okay, what seasonings are you using on the chops?
Pardon?
Is it on the recipe, the seasonings you're using on the chops? I have the recipe here.
Thyme and salt and pepper. A teaspoon of thyme, quarter teaspoon pepper, quarter teaspoon salt. And I always use a little less salt than the recipe says just because that's how I am. You get what? And then no pressure, but when we're also doing our 6 ounces of seasoned ground turkey for the spaghetti squash at the same time because we are girls and we can multitask. How's everybody doing on their pork chops? Are their pork chops browned?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So after you have your lovely chops on a side plate, then we are going to put the chicken broth into the skillet. The chicken broth is just a quarter cup.
And so why didn't you do the pork chop?
Quarter cup of chicken broth.
Why didn't you want to do the pork chop?
And let's see what else it says to do. So Faith, I was telling everybody this recipe I have never made before, so we're going out on a limb. We're into the dark side. Now the good news is I get these from Take Shape, almost not all my recipes, but a lot of them. I've never made anything that hasn't been good. However, having said that, I've never ever eaten chard before in my life.
I love chard.
Well, there you go. Then I hope I do too. I'm sure I will. I love everything. All right, so we put the broth in here. And then we're going to add to the broth in your skillet mushrooms, garlic, and red pepper flakes. So, 8 ounces of sliced baby bellas.
Take whatever you want. I can get more.
Sliced baby
There should
bellas.
be some it's either in there or in
8
there.
ounces. That's a lot of mushrooms, eh? And then let's see. Garlic. 4 cloves of garlic. I never measure my garlic because I love garlic. And we'll just use it. Okay, how are you guys doing? Are the chops browned yet?
I'm frantically trying to catch up.
You're catching up. Faith is catching catching up. I think everybody else is probably catching up too. No. Or are you guys ahead of me? Celine's usually ahead of me. She's usually the only one.
I don't do the pork chop because I didn't know what the chard, and I don't know if I can find it.
Oh, so what are you making instead of pork chops?
I will make the pork chop after.
Okay, got it. So you're just hanging out and doing whatever.
Yeah, I want to know what was the chart. So now I know. I will try to find it out here.
I bet you guys have it. It's like a green leafy vegetable. And there's Swiss chard, there's rainbow chard. Oh, and then while this is doing its thing, once you get caught up, does everybody have their ground turkey or the spaghetti squash? Not the regular turkey, the seasoned one, starting as well. I actually bought the seasoned one myself this time. It was on sale. If it wasn't on sale, I would have just seasoned it myself. But since it was on sale, I bought it already seasoned. I gotta tell you, it doesn't look any different than regular ground turkey to me, but whatever. Anyone else buy the pre-seasoned?
Oh, where's three?
Oh my God, this garlic and mushroom smells delicious. Be right back. I gotta check my spaghetti squash again. I think this puppy. Yep. My huge spaghetti squash is gonna take 18 minutes, I think. Woody found it at Costco because Mandy was wondering, where do we get spaghetti squash this time of year? Woody found them at Costco for me.
I got it at Vaughn's. They still have it at Vaughn's.
Yeah, I got mine at Bonds too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought too. Sherry, you're going to probably use zucchini, right?
No, I use spaghetti squash. One that I got at Ralph's yesterday is huge.
Cool. So another way to do this, and I haven't done it this way before, but Sherry has. The first time we made this was at my house. Remember, Sherry, when we had my healthy cooking class? She uses sliced really thin, just like lasagna noodles would be, and she said that's fabulous as well. So I've got my ground turkey going, my chops are already browned, I've got my spaghetti squash almost ready to cut into and get the spaghetti out of it. And I am sauteing these mushrooms and garlic. Oh, I forgot to put my red pepper in it. Crushed red pepper, I think. Did you guys put yours in? Since I forgot mine. Let's see. Red pepper flakes. I'm just going to throw some in there.
Hey Sharon, how firm or soft should the spaghetti squash be?
It can be as squishy as it can be falling apart. It really can. Don't worry about it. Because it's super easy.
If it's not, I mean, I like, does it have to be falling apart?
It is easier to cut through when it is. So it's best to have it quite cooked.
I'm putting a butter knife through it very easily.
Oh, then yeah, it's fine. Absolutely fine. Here's the thing. So Julie's ahead with her spaghetti squash. So when you're cutting your spaghetti squash, Jules, and everybody else, you know it's got the stem side. That's hard to cut through. So simply cut the stem off.
Okay.
Stem off, then cut it in half, and then take the seeds out. Now it's going to be hot if it just came out. So be careful. That's why I was kind of getting this. We're not going to do it till later because I want it to cool down a little bit so that we can play with it.
Yeah, I'm not on it yet.
All right. So my mushrooms are looking fabulously delicious. Yum, yum. How are you guys on your sauteing?
I'm still trying to catch up.
Okay.
I'm almost done with browning pork chops and ready to put the veggies in.
Fantastic. Good. I swear, isn't this so much fun than just doing it on your own? Well, maybe you guys may or may not know this. Woody does most of our cooking. I'm so lucky. But this is fun to do it with others versus if you're going to do it by yourself. Ugh.
Later.
So my turkey is getting done as well, so just keep an eye on that while you're doing everything else. And then when you're caught up, it says arrange your chard. Do you say chard or chard?
Chard.
Like
chocolate.
Chard?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Arrange it and season it with salt and pepper. I might change my mind and use a different casserole dish. Yeah. So it said 20 ounces. How in the world are we going to fit 20 ounces of, I realize it's going to like make it small sooner or later, right?
Yeah, it'll boil down.
Yeah. Look, is your chard this big? Look at this sucker.
Yeah, I would slice it.
Okay.
Into shreds. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I'm gonna do that too.
Like, you can slice it like about an inch thick, and then slice it in half so that it's not quite so huge.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it up like I do with like a spinach salad or something.
Share stem out of it because it's really tough.
What's that?
Take the stem out of it, like peel the leaf off the stem because it's really tough.
Oh, thank you. So take that out.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we're all helping each other. Take the stem out of your chard because it's tough and we don't want to eat it later.
We don't have our chard yet.
You know what?
Mushroom garlic, arrange chard.
All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the stems out and everything. I've got 20 ounces. Seems like a ton. Does it to anybody else or is it just me?
It's a lot of chard.
It's good for us, right? Put more veggies in, always. More veggies, less meat. Oh, be careful of your mushrooms. Mine are like, yep, they're all done, Sharon. They say, Sharon, we've been done for a while. Put me aside. So I did. So mine are done. I'm doing my little chard now. So great suggestions. Cutting the stems. I'm going to take Sherry's. Was it Sherry's suggestion to take the stem out?
Yeah, and actually, it's a good idea because it's
All right.
You can leave the stem in the very tip of it because
That makes sense.
but right at the base, it's tough.
Got it. No, thank you. I love it. I love it. So I've got some rainbow chard too. Hey, so I actually saw this growing. Sherry and at Triple B Winery.
Oh yeah.
They have it. She has an herb garden and everything there. Debbie's awesome. And so she was so sweet. She said to me, she goes, "Oh, you need chard for a recipe? Go ahead and take some."
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that just adorable? I mean, I already had a ton because another friend of mine, somebody gave them some, and she's like, we're not going to use this. So anyway. All right, my turkey's done too, so just in case I don't want you guys to burn things and stuff, you might want to make sure you get it off the stove, because if you're like me, it might get overdone. Not a good thing. So can you see what this looks like, Celine?
Yep.
That's what we're putting up right now. So Faith, you don't know this since it's your first time. Celine is in Ecuador. We're international. We are international. Yeah, my friend Kelly moved to Ecuador, Kelly and Jeff, and Celine is a friend of theirs. And she's going to be part of our beta test too, so yay. Sherry, I sound like you now because you always say that. You probably don't even realize it, but you do. Yay.
Okay.
I know, I cracked myself up. Somebody's got to. Well, I know that I love pork chops and I love portobello mushrooms, so this has got to be good, I'm thinking. I just thought that sometimes greens are really bitter. Is this bitter, Chard?
No, not really.
No?
At least I don't think so. It's sweeter than kale, in my
Oh, I
opinion.
just took a bite. It's good. It's not bad. All right, I'm going to munch it all up here.
We're adding the chard to the mushrooms and the garlic.
No. We're just putting the chard on the bottom of our baking dish.
Oh,
So
baking.
just
Okay.
plain on the bottom of our baking dish. That's what the recipe says. So one person is following the recipe. I always say I sometimes make things but my own way. In fact, Celine is helping us find another recipe for black bean brownies because she doesn't have agave nectar. So we're trying. And I actually did it with honey because I didn't have enough agave for today, and I made some for the relay yesterday. Thank you guys for rescheduling for today, by the way, so that I could go make money. We made $132.50 for the cancer fund for those of us that are on our relay team, because Julie and Sherry are actually on my relay team. And so we made $132.50 by just a few donations. And so I made black bean brownies. I made some of the cocoa bars. I forgot to take it. So I got a lot of black bean brownies sitting in my stupid refrigerator. The good news is I am going to share with you how I think, because truthfully, we're not going to be able to eat a lot of the black bean brownie because it is nutrition dense and it is good protein, but to cut into small pieces, they're going to be kind of, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think. However, I came up with a new way, I think, so I'll share that with you when we get there. Today's probably going to be a little bit longer than an hour, hour and a half. My original thought was, let's try to get everything done in an hour, and now I'm thinking, man, this is super duper good if we can do that. But the truth is, even a cooking show that they're cooking just a dish or two is 2 hours, right?
And they have somebody helping them behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, we're doing it all on our own because we're super women. Okay, this is all the chard I'm going to do because look how full this is. I don't know if it's 20 ounces or not, but okay. So then it says put a little salt and pepper on your chard. I'm going to get my, it did say a quarter teaspoon, but I'm just going to put some on. I guess I should have layered it on because it's, oh well, because it's going to be cooking, it'll be all good. I'll put a little salt on. And then I think it says just put your pork chops on top of those. Let's see. Oh no, add the mushroom mixture, and then we're going to top it. So add your little mushrooms. Are you guys there yet?
Yep.
Oh, fabulous. So
Just
just
did her mushrooms on top of the pork chop.
on top of the chard, it says,
Oh, well.
what's that?
Jules did hers on top of the pork chop.
No, that sounds like that's what I was gonna do, but I read the directions. So I think you're absolutely fine. And then you put, I think there's a little cheese that goes on the pork chops, isn't there? Oh, it's gonna be pretty though. Look how pretty it is. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's see. It says,
How much cheese are we doing?
and top with cheese, we are putting a quarter cup of grated Parmesan on top of the meat. Or the whole thing, I don't know. It says just top with cheese. So a quarter cup of Parmesan. Quarter cup.
That's
Add mushroom mixture, chops, and top with cheese. We're just gonna sprinkle the cheese over, I guess, yeah? How could this go wrong? This looks, actually, this is gonna be delicious, isn't it? We might eat it for lunch. Okay, maybe an early dinner. We'll have an early, dinner. All right, so this is what mine looks like. Oh, beautiful.
That's what mine looks like.
and mine.
Cool. Look at this. We're all together. Let's put it in. We'll see what happens. All right. If you don't have your spaghetti squash out, get it. It's super hot. Careful. I got to go get some.
I did too. I don't know if we ever set the time for today. Lost track of them. Anyway.
What's that? All right, I'm going to get my spaghetti squash ready to.
I think we did take our
If I do it, the lasagna with the zucchini, should I cook them?
No,
No? Okay.
Nope, just raw zucchini. So I'm just gonna, I just
He's not working.
half literally. Here, let me show you what I did. I just cut it in half, and I'm gonna let this cool before I scoop out the innards, the seeds, and go on to that dish,
I
okay?
did. I'm on a WebEx thing. I gotta go. So I'll see you at 5. Bye.
All right. So our chops are done.
Okay.
Ready for the meatloaf? This one's super hard.
What?
I'm kidding. This is how easy it is for the meatloaf, right? Hey, Sherry, do you want to lead this part since this is your recipe?
I can, but you know my microphone doesn't always work.
Your what?
My mic on my computer doesn't always work.
Oh, that's right.
So why don't you just go ahead and take it?
All right. Well, I think this is really, really hard. You know, you take your ground turkey. Sharon has gloves because I stand having my hands in meat. That's me. So we're just going to take our pounded turkey, ground plain old turkey. So remember, it says to preheat to 350, so we're not going to cook this right away. We're just going to get it all ready to go, and then we'll stick it in a little bit.
This is our lasagna, right?
What's that?
For the lasagna?
No, this is not for the lasagna. The turkey that we ground, that we cooked is for the lasagnas. This is your plain pound of ground. No Italian seasonings, just one plain pound of ground turkey. This is the bowl. And then we just go down and we just mix everything in. This is, I told you, this is a really hard one. And this is delicious. Sherry has brought me some of this before. So let's see, mix everything together. So we have your turkey, a quarter cup of grated cheese. You either use, I've never had cotija, Sherry. Again, I'm using Parmesan. So a quarter cup of Parmesan again.
I just use the have the habit.
What's that?
The other cheese because our children happen to have it.
Oh, got it. Well, I just happen to have Parmesan, so Parmesan it is for me. So, quarter cup of that, stick it in there. And then let's see. Oh, did you guys already have your cauliflower rice?
No.
You don't? Okay, do you know how to do that?
Yes, I do. I did some with the dish last week.
Fabulous. Don't worry about it. I mean, if you don't have that, because we're going to wait until the oven is done and the other thing's pretty much done too, so don't stress it. But if you've already got your cauliflower rice, we're going to put a cup of that in. If you want to come to my house, you can come get some.
I haven't done it.
I have just enough for 2 cups, I think. But it's super easy. Well, if you had your cauliflower cleaned, it'd be super easy. Okay, so we have just going down the road. And then we have a cup of finely diced carrots. Look at, I already diced my carrots and have them in a cup. So I'm putting them in. Da-da-da-da. Mine aren't really finely diced. They're good enough. That's what I say. Oh, a tablespoon of ginger. I already had my fresh ginger, so I already got my little tablespoon. I'm just gonna chunk it in there. And hey, Sherry, do you use fresh ginger or do you use ground?
I use the fresh in the tube and I just squeeze it in.
Oh, in the tube. I just did like fresh from the ginger thing and shredded it. That's what I'm using. Okay. Oh, and then we have an egg. So 1 egg. Are you guys all with me? Are we close? No, Sharon, we have no idea what we're doing.
I'm just trying to catch up.
It's lonely in this end. All right, let's see. So, the egg, and then we need pepper, onion powder, and garlic to taste. So, pepper. I'm going to just throw some pepper in. I'm going to put a lot more garlic in. You know, I have to thank you guys, not just for being my beta testers, but I tell you, I am so much more organized now. Like, I have, like, chopped up garlic and everything in the fridge. It's awesome. And onion powder. Onion powder. Granulated onion. Is that the same thing? Close enough? Okay, so I'm just dumping all that in there. And then I'm going to put my gloves on, and we get to have fun and swish the meat. Hey, Sherry, do you spray your pan?
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Was that a yes, Sherry?
Yes.
Okay, so I just put everything together, and now I'm just going to mix it up. Right, Sherry? It's this easy, right?
Yep, that easy.
Now, you guys, if you don't have to use an 8 by 13, 11 pan, whatever these are. That's the size that Sherry happened to have, right, Sherry?
Yeah, I actually used a smaller one today.
Okay, so whatever one you have, you'll probably just have to adjust the cooking time because you want to make sure it's done, right?
Right.
But it was really good when you had it really flat, because it was about like this thick when you brought it over. My God, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
That really makes a difference.
Really get in there and squish it around because, you know, you've got a lot of different ingredients and you want to make sure the garlic and the powder and everything doesn't stick in one spot. That would be my problem, I would guess. Sometimes it sucks being short. Do you see how I have to, like, hunch up? Not good. This could be a posture lesson, too. Our countertops are so short. For us short girls, right, Tina?
Okay.
Sometimes it's like up there. Okay, now if I were smart, which I wasn't, let's see, what hand do I want? I'm going to take my right glove off so I can spray my pan because I haven't.
So I was like, how much freaking am
I'm just spraying my pan. Then you just stick the mixture in, and when we're ready to bake it, we'll bake it. We want to wait for those chops. Da-da-da-da. Oh, I left some cheese in there. That's not happening. Sherry, did you like put it in the entire dish when you did it like this?
You can, or you can make it into a loaf. It's whatever you prefer.
I know, but I think I'm just going to make it into half my pan, I think.
Yeah, why not?
Because it seems like it's kind of thin. So this is what mine looks like. Because this is what I remembered how thick it was when you brought it over, Sherry.
Yeah.
About like that?
A bigger package of turkey.
Oh, you had a 20 ounce? Okay. So here you go. So can you guys see that? This is what mine looks like.
Garlic powder or garlic powder?
And I'm just going to stick this to the side. And if you guys have like a meat thermometer, I think pork's supposed to be at like 100 and, what's that? Let me see, Celine. Oh, Celine made it pretty. I'm going to do it. Hey, are you guys behind a little bit?
Yes, tiny bit.
So I'm gonna make mine into a loaf now. Like Celine, she's inspiring me to make it prettier. It's all about loaf was all nice, and then there's me. You know what? We all are who we are, right? We are who we are. Oh, you know, if you have this kind of pan, we could make it into shape. Like I could make a snowman. Okay, it's not winter, so I'm gonna make a heart shape. I seriously am. You know, fitness with heart. I crack myself up. Aww.
Like garlic?
Here we have a little fatter part of a heart.
Well, is that a little or a lot?
Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Okay, you guys, look at, I'm so proud of myself. Inspiration, Celine.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, so
All right, so let's see, where are we?
Pork chop dish smells so good.
What's that, Sherry?
Pork chop dish smells so good.
Let's look at it. Let's see what time to put it in. It's supposed to be 18 to 20 minutes. You guys know that I really don't time things. I just look. Oh my gosh, it looks delicious. I would almost guess that mine is done. It's probably been about, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And the reason being because, you know, my pork chops were only this thin, so you guys probably aren't done if they were fatter than that. But I'm going to be taking mine out, I think, in just a minute here. And of course, they continue to cook just a little bit as well. All right. So, while all that's going on, I'm going to take my spaghetti squash and I'm going to do out the innards. I'm going to get the innards out, the seeds and yucky stuff. Be careful, it's still, at least mine is. Mine's warm. I'm going to put my thingy back on, my pot holder. Ooh, I just thought of something. So you guys, one of the things that I want to do, since you're my beta testers, I'm going to tell you this, to have we'll have little contests and things like this in the future. And I can make, oh, here, this is it. Make these pot holders, and this could be a, hello, here's what you win today. Although, you might not get faces, because the faces are the thing that's hard to do. All right. So I'm just getting my seeds out. How you guys doing on your spaghetti squash? Don't everyone talk at once.
Giving you 20.
Oh, thank you.
Let you talk, Sharon.
Yeah.
You're the talker.
What's that?
I said we're letting you talk. You're the talker.
What? I don't want to talk by myself. I did ask a question and nobody answered.
I know. Because we're all busy doing stuff
Yeah,
here.
we're working on our meatloaf still.
Oh, what shape did you make?
Meatloaf pan shape.
Inappropriate.
I think everyone should make a shape and share it.
What?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yep, you should make a shape before you put it in the oven, make it into a shape, and then post it on our Facebook page. That'll be fun.
Sharon, that's too much work.
What?
That's too much work.
Hey, I'm all about the fun. You guys know this.
Hey, Sharon.
Yeah.
So instead of the cauliflower, I did chopped onions. Is
Okay.
that all right? It's done, so.
It's done, so you know it is what it is. I'm like, okay.
I forgot to chop it and let it dry, so I was like, darn it, so I just threw chopped onions in.
Yeah. You know what? It is what it is, but onions are higher carb, just an FYI, more calories, blah, blah, blah.
Darn it. Well,
No, I'm just saying, hey, at least it's a veggie, right?
yes.
I'm just making my squash right now. I'm getting my spaghetti squash. Whoa, these things are hot still. So I'm putting all that in there. Mix the seed because it's seed in there. I don't want it. I'm going to take it out. Now, I'm going to I think what I'm going to do, this can be a little runny with the spaghetti squash. I think I'm going to saute it and try to get a little of the moisture out. How does that sound to you guys before we put it into our dish? It doesn't call for to do that, but I know in the past, wasn't it a little runny, Sherry? Do you remember?
Sauteing really helped it.
What's that?
Sauteing really helps it not be so watery.
Did you say sauteing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. You know, yeah, so let's do that. Saute it a little bit. I gotta rinse my pan out. Oh no, I don't. I've got another pan I can use. It's good to have lots of pans, apparently. When you're doing stuff like this, anyway. Here I am. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna try to dry it out a little bit. So I'm just gonna saute it. And quite frankly, I don't know if that's 4 cups, but it's close enough. Because that's the way I roll. You're supposed to have 4 cups of the squash. I am going to take my pork chops out now because I'm sure that they're done. But I must find my other, hello, there it is. It was in the glass dish, I believe. Oh my gosh. So this is what mine looks like. Bada boomba.
Looks like we're not going to put this in right away.
And now I'm going to decrease the temperature now that I have mine out. So I took mine out. I've got my spaghetti squash just here in this pan. I want to try to dry it out a little bit before we make that lasagna. Okay, well, I think we're under good control here. How's everybody feeling?
I'm doing good.
Doing good? Awesome. So I think I could actually put my meatloaf in right now. 40 to 50 minutes. I'm doing it. I'm going in with the meatloaf. I think I'll wait just a second because it's probably a little hot from 450. And what the heck is going in? My heart is going in. So I need to pay closer attention to time. It looks like it's 1:50. So at 2:30, that's probably going to be done. Yippee. Now, Faith, just so you know, since it's your first time with us, we're usually still baking things as we go, okay, we're done. And then you just, get your stuff out later.
All right.
Good.
Sounds good to me.
So I'm just sauteing this and hopefully getting some of the moisture out. Is this surely going to work?
Good. Theoretically.
Huh. We're going to see, because I see some moisture coming out. I almost want to take a paper towel and just, I'm good. Don't do this at home, folks, because this is a hot pan, but I'm getting some of the moisture out by doing this. It's working, I think. Of course, it takes up some of your stuff, too. Oh, well. All righty. So where's everybody?
I am sauteing my spaghetti squash, and I've got my pork chops not quite done.
Awesome. Do we have our meatloaves ready to put in the oven?
Yep, my meatloaf's ready. It just needs to go in the oven.
Awesome. How about everybody else? Are you about at that same spot? Yeah. Yes, no?
What was the question?
Do we have our pork chops almost done and they're in the oven, our spaghetti squash sauteing, and our meatloaf ready to go in the oven?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so while we're sauteing and getting the moisture out of our spaghetti squash, let's start on our brownies. Brownies.
We're just starting on our sauteing of the squash.
Okay. So, while that's doing that, I'm going to take my butter for the brownies. I'm just gonna, because I need to melt it, so I'm gonna melt it and stick it in the microwave. I'm just gonna melt my butter in the microwave because that's how I do it. You can melt it on the stove, you can do whatever you want. This is how Sharon does it. So is it half brownie that we're gonna melt? Let's just read directions and make sure I did good ones. Melt chocolate and butter. Go me. Of course, we need the parchment and everything, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Butter. For chocolate, I just use cocoa and oil. That's what I do. So it says on the back of your, if you're using cocoa, it just tells you on the back how to make an ounce of chocolate. Okay, it is drying out a little bit, I believe. Yippee. Cool. The spaghetti squash, that is.
We're not cut up to you yet, just FYI.
Okay. Okay. Well, good. I can clean a little bit. I like to clean as I go. Anybody else? In my perfect world, clean as I go is a good thing.
Is your meatloaf in the oven now, Sharon?
Yeah, mine is in.
Okay.
But I was able to take my pork chops out early, Tina, because they were thin, so my pork chops were out before I put them in, and I just lowered the temperature.
Okay.
That's what I did. Whoops, I found another seed. I have a guest. Somebody entered my home, and now.
It was a little lonely over here, and I did half my cooking. cooking last night because I didn't know if I'd make it today.
So Sherry's here to join us. Good. So it's much more fun when you have somebody in your home.
So what can I do?
Well, we're waiting for them to catch up, so you can clean.
I can do that. Are you putting this in the compost or?
No, I guess we could. We should. It's right out the door. We can do that. We're clean. So Sherry's came over to help me clean. Isn't life good?
Sherry, I'm home next, okay?
Awesome. So how's our spaghetti looking?
Mine looks pretty good.
Is it looking a bit drier? I think it is, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, mine was really watery last night, so it was perfect when I sauteed it. It cooked it out.
So are we ready to melt our butter yet, ladies?
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Not there yet? Where are you?
Spaghetti squash.
Okay. Spaghetti squash. I know, the pork chops look good. They smell good.
They do.
So, so I made, when I was telling about I forgot to take my black bean brownies and stuff.
Oh, no. Now you got loads.
So Sherry's on our relay team too, and we raised $132.50.
I heard that. That's great.
At our little thingamabobber. Yeah, cool. All right, well, I will repeat again. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, if you're on the black bean brownies, because I think a couple of you might be, while your spaghetti squash is still sauteing. So, if you're doing 2 ounces of unsweetened chocolate, you just put it in with your butter. If you've got the hard sweetened chocolate, I always use cocoa. So it says on the back here, for 1 ounce, you do 3 tablespoons of cocoa and 1 tablespoon of oil. So I'm just doing that. I'm just putting, for 2, I'm going to put 6. Did you make the brownies too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was 3, right? That's so funny. I'm like, oh, what's he doing?
I figured that was for you. I was just in the background.
All right, so, woo! No, I thought that was broken. Oh, I did 6 tablespoons of cocoa and 2 tablespoons of
Probably half.
yeah, a little.
You know what you can do with these too is I put peppermint extract in it.
Yeah, Sherry makes these with peppermint extract, a little different than mine. And by the way, there's plenty of recipes out there. So for me, since I've got my butter and my unsweetened cocoa in here. Oh, I'm using that. What do you mean? I was just going to put this somewhere, like right here. I'm just going to go put this in the microwave for like 20 seconds and let it melt a bit.
Okay.
What's that? Oh. Sherry's laughing at me. She goes, I like the lights perfect. You know,
I'm not laughing. I think
it's funny. Well, you know, I'm trying to make you guys, allow you guys to see me a little better. So I have to like stage my area. I have to close all my windows because my lighting's behind. Like you guys can tell where you guys' lights are. It would be, I think it's
That's awesome, bud.
my lights are left.
Bruce said congratulations. He's really happy for you.
Faith must be talking to somebody else.
Oh, my son just got accepted to a college and signed a letter intent to play football for a college back east.
that's great.
That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Oops. Okay, so I put mine in for 30 seconds. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's all melted. So because I used the cocoa, it looks something like gross like that. And then you just mix it up. Cocoa, do you baking chocolate?
I use some cocoa.
It's easier. That's probably good, huh?
Yeah, I think so. It's all dry.
Okay, so our squash is dried. We're just going to put that aside for a moment. Notice I like to do like 2 different things at once. It's much more exciting and adventurous. Now we're going to take our black beans and open that can. Once I find my opener. Would you like to do that?
And you want to drain them and rinse them?
Yes. So we're going to drain and rinse those puppies, so do not put the whole can in there. So I just stick my colander right in my sink. And then I just drain them and rinse them. So how we doing, ladies?
I'm doing good.
All right. By any chance, does everybody have their chocolate and butter melted together?
Almost. I've got a couple little tiny pieces left to melt.
Oh, cool. How about Jules and Tina? Jules and Tina, are you getting close?
No.
No?
We're rinsing our beans.
You're rinsing your beans? Well, you're get close then. Yeah, we're just rinsing our beans. You're right on top of it.
We haven't done the butter yet, though.
Well, do the butter. We're gonna turn off our oven so we don't hurt ourselves, our stove. So that's okay. Uh-oh. Then it just says for the brownies. We're gonna take the beans. You got your little food processor. So we need 1 cup of beans. We're gonna take a cup of beans and we're gonna stick them in your food processor. So we have a few of these. Like that. There you go. I'm thinking that 1 can. I'm gonna use the whole can. I'm just using the can of beans. It's close enough.
That's what I was saying.
So just use the whole can, stick it in. Watch the beans that go on the floor, so when you step on them, Sherry.
Oh, right. I got them.
Karen,
Thank you. Yeah.
did you melt your butter and chocolate together?
Yep. This is what it looks like, Tina.
Okay, so you did them together. Right.
Yep. Yep. Because we're going to use some of this mixture to help get our beans all smooth. Quarter cup of walnuts.
I put mine in there too and moved them up. I put mine in the blender too. It's so much easier.
Oh, I don't. I do half of them. Then I make it. Okay, so does everyone have their beans in their food processor?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Almost. And I have, we need a full cup or half a cup of walnuts, but use a quarter of them and stick them on just in the food processor, a quarter of them. Just stick them in there. The other quarter is just going to go into the mix later on. Then we need vanilla, I believe, right? Ooh. My assistant says we need half a tablespoon
Yeah, we'll put it in the big
of vanilla.
We're melting it. I'm just
Is all this going in the food processor?
Yep, we're putting it in the food processor. So right now we have beans, just right now. In the food processor is just the beans and a quarter cup of walnuts and a half a tablespoon, close enough, of vanilla. No, that doesn't work.
like a workout.
No. Does it?
Oh, sorry.
And the chocolate mixture, I was gonna say, I make these a lot.
No, sorry.
Okay, so in the food processor, we now have beans, half of the walnuts, a quarter cup, And then it says just a spoonful of the chocolate mixture, but go ahead and put probably about half of the chocolate mixture in there. And this is just so that it'll help the beans get creamy. So then we just yada boomba. And when you guys are ready to blend, let's just all blend together. So the noise will be one fold. So
What about the coffee? Are we putting the coffee in?
not yet. Nope. Just beans, quarter cup of nuts, half a tablespoon of vanilla, and some of the chocolate mixture. For right now, that's all we've got. And when you guys are there, just let me know.
Okay, we will.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get. I love my Ninja, but where's the part? Uh-oh. Do I have anything? Uh-huh. I can everything. Oh, perfect. Awesome.
You're gonna put those in there?
No. We'll do it with that.
Oh, good.
All right, how we doing, gals?
Blending away.
Oh, you're blending already, okay.
What are we putting in here?
All right, well, I'm gonna blend mine too. So blend away and make it creamy. Keep it on for a while. I usually take it off and then I do, you know how you do it when you're blending things. I like to get it all blended again, so I do it twice. Yeah, because I can even still see some of my nuts aren't totally blended in and a couple of my beans aren't as well. I don't want to waste any, you know. All right, I'm going to blend it again. Here it goes. Sorry for the noise. Back up. When it looks fairly creamy, you're done. All right. So the say, now that's a very good question. I never said when to put the chocolate in or the coffee in. I just know. Yeah. So when this is done, just go ahead and put that right in. Actually, let's do our coffee. Mix our coffee into the chocolate mixture. 1/8 of a cup. We got to find a little 1/8. We got a quarter. We'll do half. So into the chocolate mixture, because we're putting instant coffee, do like 1/8 of a cup. I love coffee, so I might have put a little more.
You're doing one at a time?
You can never have too much coffee. So I'm just taking my instant coffee and mixing it into the chocolate mixture. And then just so you get an idea of what this bean is like. And just put that right in your chocolate mixture. Just pull it out. I don't know, it feels out of control. Look at that. I'm so sorry. Sherry's like, I'll hold you scraping. I'm like,
Yeah.
no control. Hey, you can always use help though in case your shoulder. It's a good shoulder exercise. See, you're having to hold it up. Good arms for summer. So, speaking of exercise, what have you guys been doing for exercise? It is week 3 now. We need to up our game a bit.
I'm trying to read.
What's that?
We're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
There's Chard. Okay.
walking, but making sure I hit a cardiac rate that's appropriate for an old lady like me.
I saw you walking, Faye. You cannot call yourself old the way that you walk.
What?
You can't call yourself old the way that you walk.
Thank you. Well, I try hard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So before I mix the chocolate and something like this, you can put my mixture on top of it. And now we're just gonna mix all that together. Are you guys getting close, Jules and Tina? Yep, I hear the. I mean, there's Celine, but I'm guessing she's back there. No, I see that she's still top left hand.
I was skeptical, but this looks pretty darn yummy.
Oh, honestly, you guys are gonna love these. But do remember, you only get a small piece when you eat these. So it's just part of the program, right? I just thought we needed a little treat. But this is to say that, you know, you can eat good yummy things and not have to feel deprived, right? So once I mix all this up, it just looks something. Orange might not be the right color. Of course, you're supposed to have yellow and red are supposed to make you eat more. Did you guys know that? Little silly trick. McDonald's, look at all your fast food places. McDonald's, Jack in the Box, almost all of them use yellow and red because it entices you to come in and eat. You would know, right?
No.
All right. So how are we doing, guys? Are we pretty close to where I'm at or no? Close? Now, you can mix.
How many do we need?
Processor.
We are revving up.
Yeah.
Are we at the point to put our eggs in?
Yeah, I was just going to talk about eggs, but I'm waiting until everybody gets their processing done. So now the eggs, I'll share with you what I do, but you might not have this little gadget. But in the old days, and I've done it where I just throw them in and I mix everything up, and it's totally fine. But I've got this crazy little ninja thing that I love. And so what I do is I stick my eggs in here and I whip them up. So I stick them in my Ninja because it does say to whip up your eggs. But I have to tell you that it also tells you to keep some of your eggs and marbleize it in. I never do that. I tried it once and it looked gross. Well, I believe you. So I just take my 2 eggs and I put them in my little gizmo. I have this little, like a magic bullet. That's what mine does. I know, but I'm going to blend this first. And so I just kind of mix my eggs up so, you know, they look nice and pretty. And last time I added the agave with it. Now, the agave is 3/4 cup. If you're using honey, or I'm not sure about maple syrup. I know that agave nectar is a little bit sweeter than honey. I will tell you that I used honey in a batch that I made before, and it was fine. And I didn't use any extra, but I do not particularly like really sweet. Just me.
I noticed that the honey, definitely.
So 3/4 of a cup. So just stick about 3/4 of a cup. You can do it exact if you want. There you go. I know. All right. So excuse me for my noise in a minute. I'm going to blend the agave and my eggs together. All righty. How we doing?
I'm great.
All right. So I'm just going to stick my egg and agaves right into the chocolate mixture. So put it all together and mix it up. That easy. And it's going to be pretty runny. I'll show you how much in just a minute when I'm done mixing. Oh, we also put, once you put everything together, the other half or 1/4 cup of nuts, stick those in there. You got everything in there, right? I think so. Okay.
J'aimerais tellement du temps, je suis pas capable d'enlever la patente.
Okay, so this is how's that? So here's what mine looks like. Pretty runny, right? Soupy. Okay. Then we're going to take our pan and we're going to line it with parchment. Celine.
Yes.
Do you guys have parchment paper there?
Probably, yeah, but I don't have any, so I put the aluminum paper.
That's okay. Yeah, I just was curious, actually, more than anything. I'm like, huh. So, parchment paper, just line your pan. And then you spray the parchment paper. Like you can see how my pan is lined. It's really nicely lined. It's not, once we put the mixture in there, it stays down. I don't stress. I used to stress about a lot of things. Now, not so much. Not worth it, right? Okay. So once you have your little parchment paper and everything mixed up, you just put it in the pan. And guess what, ladies? You can even lick the bowl and you can see how delicious it's going to be. Do remember, when you're cooking and you're eating too many bites, it adds up to calories. Just saying. All right. Well, this is wonderful. My assistant, Sherry, is cleaning my kitchen for me. Life is good. So, because it's funny, right? But this is what mine looks like. Now, I'm going to share with you what the finished product looks like. Honey in this one, so it looks a little darker. You are not going to eat this much. This is huge.
It looks yummy.
It's delicious. What I'm gonna, when they come out, since we won't be online together when this comes out, let it cool. You just put it in the refrigerator, because these are in the refrigerator, and then cut them. I think what I'm gonna suggest that you do when you cut them, is cut them in like You might even want to cut it in 4 big ones and take them out like I did this, 4 or 6. And then to make 20, you're going to cut these in 4s. So, correct? 12. Yeah. Okay, we decided that it's going to be close enough. So, what I'm looking for is a knife.
Hey, Sharon.
Yeah.
Sharon,
Uh-huh.
that brownie piece you just showed us,
Yep.
that's not the serving size, is it?
No. That's what I'm talking about right now. Yeah. So this was because I was supposed to sell these at our little sale yesterday. Your serving size is going to be about, I'll show you in a moment, about 1/4 of this. So you're really getting almost like a little brownie bite.
Okay.
So it's going to be,
Okay, so what do you mean?
it's going to be about this. See how little it is? So what I'll suggest to you is cut 4 big pieces first. Make sure they're cold when you cut them into your smaller pieces. So this pan for 100 calories will make about 20. I'm going to guess, get about 16, but remember then that you're going to have probably like 120 calories, but I'm telling you, you're going to love it and you're going to be so happy. Get a wonderful little treat. And notice on Wednesdays, I think it was Wednesday, we get them for breakfast. If you want, you can eat whatever you want, obviously. But I put it for breakfast. If you want to, not that I want, because I usually like to taste it. Because this is, you can have whole one if you want. I'm trying to be, yes. So that one, I put honey and sherry, and I put almond meal and pecans because I didn't have things. So I made it different.
Oh my God, they're wonderful.
Maybe I made the recipe better. I don't know, because they were pretty darn good. They're different than this one because I didn't have some of the ingredients when I made it. Anyway, all right. So, does everybody have your brownies?
Not yet. So close.
Okay, that's okay. No worries. We're doing great. Then we just have the spaghetti, and we're good to go. Good to go. I know, good, huh? Delicious. What do we have in the oven? Oh, the meatloaf. I'm gonna go check my meatloaf. Oh, Sherry, you check the meatloaf since you know what it looks like.
Oh, Sharon, how do we check the meatloaf?
All right. You got your butter and chocolate machine?
Does it look like it's done? Not quite.
No, not yet.
350, right?
Yeah.
So let's see.
You brought me in. You just picked it
The
up.
ovens are supposed to be 325. I'm gonna keep it on 350. I know.
A little quicker.
Yeah.
You need your oil?
No. Here, thank you. So when you guys are ready, just let me know. And if you can put your brownies in now. They're going to be fine. The temperature is 25 degrees more, but I don't think we need to worry about that. These brownies will probably take about 40 minutes. Everybody's oven is different. Just like you cook brownies at home, you'll notice the outsides will look like they're getting done. The insides will be mushy. So when it all looks kind of glazed over, they're probably close to done. Take a toothpick. The toothpick comes almost clean when I take them out. It doesn't have to be 100%. They're not real brownies. They're delicious. I'm sure that you're gonna love them. I know it sounds really funky, but I'm sure you're gonna love them. But I think I'm gonna put mine in. What do you think?
Just parchment, right?
I mean, really, the beauty is if you didn't tell people there was black beans in it, you wouldn't know.
Did you guys hear what Sherry said? No, they don't hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard that.
Okay. Everybody's so concentrated. No, I haven't made this next dish since my house when you were there.
That's been a long time.
I know. What is it they're cooking? You know this. Drink your water. Do we grease this pan? We must.
What is that, lasagna?
Yeah.
Yeah. I generally do.
All right. Ew. I am spraying my lasagna pan. And I'm going to go to town. Are you guys close? Are you ready for lasagna?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it says for us to cook our ground turkey. Oh, look at us. We've already done it. Saute your spinach. Oh, yes. Fabulous. Add the seasonings. Okay, we are going to, in our spaghetti, it looks like we're going to put garlic powder, salt, and pepper in there. So a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm just going to put them right in my pan since we already did that. I didn't read directions. Imagine.
I never
I never do it like this. I never do it like this. But you know what? We're going to do it like this right now because we can. So I'm going to put my little garlic powder in my spaghetti. So that was a 1/4 teaspoon. And 8 teaspoons salt and pepper. Who wants to measure that? So I'm just going to throw it in like this. I do it. Close.
Erin, do I do that on my zucchini?
On your zucchini, so you're doing zucchini, did you mandolin your zucchini? So it's thin
I
layers?
didn't do anything, so what I have to do?
Okay, Sherry, you're up.
Oh, well, what do you have a mandolin?
What?
Do you have something that will slice it really thin, like a noodle?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. I just slice it really thin to make it like a noodle.
And she makes it just like lasagna noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I made it for my parents when I was home at Christmas one year, and my dad doesn't really like spaghetti squash, so or we were out of it or something, so I just switched over to the zucchini, and it was just as good.
We need another bowl. Oh. Okay, so take a bowl. I've got a big bowl because I have a big bowl. So we're going to.
Sharon, do you drain the tomatoes?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't we?
Yeah. I'll bring it.
Okay. Oh, my assistant, Sherry, is going to drain the tomatoes. This is lovely. So, while she's doing that, I got to find my recipe. I'm going to mix that egg. How many eggs? 1 egg. I'm going to mix 1 egg, the ricotta, and the Parmesan cheese. Okay, 1 egg.
Oh, I put them away. I'll get it for you.
Sherry, my assistant is putting my resources.
No, I'm sorry. I put it over here. I'm sorry. Oh.
No worries. Let's see. You're helping. You're cleaning.
Yeah, well.
All right.
And it can be a liability, too.
So, egg, ricotta cheese. Oh, I didn't get the ricotta out. Thank you. So we're going to do 8 ounces of ricotta.
Cut it.
Sherry's cutting the ricotta for me.
It's pretty much just a half a cup.
Okay, so Sherry says it's a 1/2 cup. 8 ounces of ricotta, 1/2 cup. Good. So we stuck our egg and a 1/2 cup of ricotta in there.
1 egg.
1 egg, 1/2 cup of ricotta.
The Parmesan's still out.
And the 1/4 cup of the,
Okay. Olive oil.
2 tablespoons of Parmesan.
And I have 6 ounces of the turkey.
Oh, on the stove.
2 tablespoons of Parmesan. You guys with me?
No, not yet. We're catching up.
We're doing good, girls. We're doing good. And half of the mozzarella, so 4 ounces. Well, I'm just going to do it in half. So I already had my mozzarella shredded. Do you guys have your mozzarella shredded?
Yeah.
Cool.
Got it shredded.
So whatever, take half of that 8 ounces and stick it in with the other cheese. And reserve the others for. And we're going to mix it all together. Oops, I'm making a mess. All right, so we're just going to mix all of our egg and our cheese together. So again, 1 egg, half a cup of ricotta, half a cup of mozzarella, 4 ounces, 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. Something like this. Okay, I know you're really excited about it. Which says,
Okay.
is the mozzarella? Oh no, it doesn't say that. I just said that.
Okay.
Spread 1 cup of the Italian tomatoes in the bottom of our dish. Are you guys with me? You with me, kids?
Yeah, no.
Close enough. My All right, so I sprayed my pan. I did a glass dish because that's what I have. And then I'm going to spread a half a cup of the Italian tomatoes on the bottom. I think, or do I do a whole cup? Let me see. Oh, do a whole cup, 1 cup, whole cup.
Thank you. There's another part.
So basically a can.
But I don't like it.
1 can on the bottom. And just spread it down.
How much tomatoes are you putting on the bottom?
I got a can of the Italian tomatoes. Well, they're basically basil, garlic, oregano. 1 can, and we did take the juice out. And just spread it on the bottom of the pan as best you can. And then it says, spread the squash on top of the tomatoes. So, first of all, I'm going to try to get all those seasonings that we put in the squash mixed up a little bit more. I want that for you. Okay, so I'm just mixing this up a little bit more and trying to get the garlic powder and whatnot. You know what I'd probably normally do is just sprinkle it on top of this.
Sharon?
Yeah.
I think that we are going to do this last one on our own because you're so far ahead of us already that we're feeling like stressed out about it. So
Oh, don't be stressed.
No, it's not you. It's us.
No, where are you?
We just washed our bowls to mix everything. You know, we have to wash everything. So
Okay.
so we're just gonna
We're
follow
not,
the recipe.
yeah, it's pretty easy, obviously, right?
So rather than making you wait for us or us being stressed out because we're not with you.
We don't want you to be stressed out. We don't want you to be stressed out. No stressing. There's no stressing.
So we'll just say goodbye and do this last one on our own. We've got everything out and ready. We'll just follow the
We're
recipe.
together, so have fun.
Thank you, darling.
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Tina's waving.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Welcome. Bye-bye. Okay, so how's the rest of us?
Doing good.
All right, so did we get our tomatoes spread on the bottom of our pan?
I'm at that point. I'm just finishing draining mine.
All right.
Now they're spread.
Wow. Just finished and now they're spread. I know, it's not a big. Then we're just going to put the spaghetti squash, just layer it on top. Lay it right on top.
All of it?
All of it, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Sherry says yes. So we're just gonna put all of the spaghetti squash on top of our tomatoes.
You put all the zucchini too?
Yes. You're gonna layer the zucchini on like noodles, right?
Yes.
Yes. I've never done it with zucchini. So our expert Sherry is here telling us, yes, that's exactly what you do. Yeah. I think, I don't remember. It looks like yeah, no, I made a small one because, so ladies, I think for next week what I'll do my best. I try to make for 2 of us, for Woody and myself, but I understand that not everybody wants this. I'm gonna actually encourage you, if you've got a spouse or whatever, to share these recipes with them and your whole household can start to eat healthy. Because your taste will change, and honestly, these recipes are good. So, but I think what I'm gonna try to do is just make enough for the week. Now here's another thing, but this is just totally me. I could eat the same thing. Like we make these 3 dishes, I would not be making personally. If I were by myself, no Woody, no nothing, I would be eating only those recipes because I am not gonna take the time to make chicken in the middle of the week with broccoli. I would just do this. That's just me.
For everything.
Okay, so what about you guys? Because I mean, Sherry just said that she would do the same thing. But I wanted you guys to have a little bit more variety and whatnot. But do you like having the variety, or would you like to stick with, okay, here's what we're making, and instead of having a salmon and broccoli on Wednesday night, we're just gonna have more spaghetti squash?
Yes.
You would rather do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys. We're all the same. Yeah, that's good. Cool. That's good to know. And to me, that makes it easier, but I just don't want you guys to get bored or whatnot. So, all right. Now, so Sherry says we are now, Sherry says we are now putting the ricotta, egg, mozzarella, Parmesan mixture goes on top of your spaghetti squash. So this is what mine looks like after the spaghetti and tomatoes, yeah? Super simple. And now we're gonna put the cheese on top of that and just spread it on. Oh my gosh, this is easy.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't made this in so long. It's good though. It is. All right, so we're just spreading that right over our noodles, so to speak. I'm not done yet. I don't think.
I know you're not done yet. I'm not saying it. Come on, back off.
I was going to say something, but you know, it might not be appropriate.
Yes, I know. I saw that.
All righty.
Then your turkey.
Mm-hmm. Look at, so this is another layer. There's the cheese layered on top of the spaghetti squash. Super easy. Now the turkey, 6 ounces. I did my whole pound, so I'm not going to layer all my turkey on here. I'm going to use some of it for something else because I can't. So I'm going to try to do about a little less than half of this. I'm just going to layer that right on top of the noodles. Sherry's checking our meatloaf.
Smells nice.
Smells yummy. And this is Sherry's recipe, and it is so good, you guys. The ginger, I would never have thought of putting ginger in a meatloaf. Would you? Would you guys?
No.
Wait till you taste it. Oh my God, good.
Well, one day I had a craving for a veggie burger that I had at a restaurant when I lived in Arkansas. And it was like all sorts of veggies and stuff like that. And the key ingredient was ginger. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to make a meatloaf with it.
There you go. I'm using my hand because I'm making a mess. When I say I'm making a mess, I am dropping meat underneath my grill. All right. So once you get your turkey on top, it just looks something like, I don't know, is that about, would you say?
Yeah, and then you put the other.
So then it looks like that, yeah? Super simple. And then all we're gonna do is stick the mozzarella on top of that, and we're gonna bake it for what?
Well, you bake it first, and then you put the mozzarella.
Oh, never mind.
halfway through.
So we're gonna bake this for 35 minutes. And, oh no, where's the other can of tomatoes, Sherry?
You can put that on top. You don't have it in there, but I actually put it on top of all of this, and then.
Okay, so we're using the other can of tomatoes to put on top of the turkey and cheese, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Italian tomatoes. And then this is where, you know, you guys just bake the rest of this on your own and eat till your heart's content. In proper portions. Not to your heart's content. So your tummy's content. Better way to phrase it, right? Now, have you guys been feeling hungry?
No.
Good. And you're sticking with the faith. So how was your week? Did you lose weight?
No, I'm kind of, you know, I think with my trip, I kind of stayed the same. I mean, I lost like maybe half a pound.
Yeah, but you were also out of town for part of that, right?
Exactly. So I kind of feel like it was a success.
Yeah.
Because it was hard to do while I was out of town.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Cool. Well, what I'm going to do as soon as my meatloaf is done, I'm going to replace that. I'm going to put this in. And then I'll be cooking for about another, it looks like about 55 minutes because it says 35 for this. And then we take it out and we put the rest of our mozzarella on top and we bake it for 25 more and you're done. And this is 4 servings, by the way. So this is a nice big serving that you're getting. Honestly, I would probably not eat that much. I'd probably make this, for me, I'd probably make it into about 6 servings. That's because I like to eat. I'm an eater.
Oh, me too.
And I like to eat more snacks if I can. If I've got extra calories and I can snack. But, you know, this about, I think, let me double check with this recipe and see what the actual, if I can find it quickly. Oh, here's our pork chop with chard. This is the recipe for that. See how pretty? Ooh, yummy. Too busy cooking? All right, so I'm going to look for the spaghetti sauce recipe. I can't remember which one of these it is.
Oh, it's when I emailed you.
Oh, never mind. I can't tell you then. That's right. Never mind. This was an email. I can't show you. I can't look at it to see what the calories is. Did I make it up? Anyway. No. Because I needed to put that into my ingredient list because it wasn't one of these that tells us exactly what it is. So how you guys doing?
Putting the last can of tomatoes on top of my lasagna.
Awesome.
I'm at the cleaning part.
You're at the zucchini part.
No, the cleaning part.
Oh, the cleaning. You know, I should be too, but since my assistant is taking over, I'm falling down on the job and just like looking at you guys and hanging out with you.
Oh my God, Eddie.
So, what are things that you're liking about the program, things that you're not liking?
I like having the meals made. It's really helped.
Good.
When I got back from, and part of the reason why I didn't lose weight is from my trip, I didn't have time to cook right away. And so I was kind of trying to figure it out by just doing, you know, kind of commando. And I probably ate too much, and I probably ate some of the wrong things. And And, having them prepared ahead of time, having it in the fridge, we just take it out, heat it up, and you're good to go. It really helps.
Good. Excellent.
It's nice having a fridge full of food.
Sherry said she likes having a fridge full of food, so I'm guessing so you're not tempted to eat something.
No, I mean, plan to follow. I like that.
And Sherry likes the plan to follow.
Yeah.
And, my goal is at the end of the 6 weeks for you guys, yes, to lose some weight, but also to realize that it's really simple to eat 3 meals of normal proportions, not abnormal like most of us are used to eating, and then 3 small snacks. And then it's not that hard to do once you get in the habit. So that is really my goal. Besides that is I'm hoping, for me, I didn't necessarily need to lose weight when I found the Take Shape for Life program, but it changed my life because I learned how to deal with stress and all that. So really finding balance in my perfect world, I want to help you guys do more than just lose weight. I want to help you change your life like my life was changed. Because I literally made choices to spend more time on my relationship, to not work as much. I mean, I made that conscious choice, and it has made my life so enhanced. So that's what I'm hoping for all of us down the road.
Well, I like not having to, I'm building a new practice, so I'm really busy. I like not having to think about how I'm going to feed my family and everybody getting to eat at a decent time. And if for some reason I have an appointment at night, I can just tell my husband or my son, this is what you're eating, because they're eating. I'm making this for everybody. I double every recipe.
Great. Good to hear. I love it.
Just pull that out, leave a serving for me, and heat it up and eat it.
Awesome. Good to know. All righty, ladies. Well, that's all I've got. Get on the Jumpstart board and start posting. If you made your loaf into a cool shape, I would love you to see what you did. I'll share my heart. I guess it's going to be interesting to put it in proportions, but oh well. It's fun.
Oh, wait, yeah.
So any questions or anything?
Nope, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, you know how to contact me via Jumpstart, email, phone, whatever. So have at it, ladies, and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're welcome.